Hello and welcome to From the Make Stand here on Artist Echoes. We've seen a brilliant set there from Roger Walker. We all really enjoyed it here. We're going to chat to him a bit about all his music he's been creating, and he's just learned the sitar, so we'll learn all about that tonight. So, Roger, brilliant set. How have you been?
I've been all right recently
Yeah,
after a few dungeon times
sure.
and battles with health and things like
Mm,
that. Everything's leveling out nicely,
great.
yeah. And creativity's
Mm.
happening again because with the sitar, I've fallen back in love with
Oh,
music
brilliant.
because I've
Sure.
lost it.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
So, for people who don't really know you and they might be seeing you the first time tonight, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself, a bit about bands you've been in and things like that?
Yeah, bands I listen to now.
Well, bands you've been in and things you've done in music
Oh
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
the Mighty Chinese Marbles was created in the early '90s by myself, Fats
Yeah,
Davis, and Neil Marshall.
sure.
I think Fats and Neil are the only two originals now, but
Right.
the marbles go rolling
Mm.
on. My first band was called Modern Remains
Right. Okay.
in 1978.
Sure.
So I've been around Mac,
Yeah.
gigging and up to
Mm.
something with guitars since then.
Mm.
Um, I was great on the tennis racket as a kid.
Right. And have you always written your own music, or is that a newer thing?
I prefer my own.
Yeah.
It's just so much to express, so you try to express it.
Mm.
I don't mind covers. I like some old Beatles, like
Yeah.
George's
Definitely.
"Here Comes the
Mm.
Sun" and things like that. I'll leave that if I do a set again ever.
Mm.
I'll leave that in, things like that. But I do enjoy creating
Mm.
both the art and the music and the songs.
And you did quite a few like bluesy numbers tonight. Has that always been what you've been creating, or has it changed over the years? What would you say?
Well, yeah, I'm massively influenced by blues, and
Mm.
some people laugh at this that know me.
Right.
Jazz.
Okay.
I was mad into Miles Davis in the
Mm.
'70s and all that kind of John
Yeah.
Coltrane and all them guys. Not to play it, just to listen to it and chill out with it, like. And Beatles records were in the house all the
Yeah.
time since a child. Rolling Stones, Kinks
Mm.
were around, all that. So all the ingredients just comes out in a different cake, doesn't
Right.
it?
Yeah. Definitely. And the sitar, I mean, you looked like a natural on there. Is that
Well,
something you've
thanks for
done for
that. It
years,
doesn't
or?
feel natural to me sticking
Mm.
with left foot under there, I'll tell you. But yeah, I've always loved the sound
Right.
since I first heard it on. I think my older sister, only sister, Kath, bought "Hole in My Shoe" by Traffic,
Right. Okay.
and there's a sitar on that, and it just
Mm.
went through me like I
Yeah.
just loved the sound. Then I heard it on Sergeant Pepper, I think it was, and
Mm.
it's been around here and there. I've always loved the sound, and I've always, at the back of the room, I always
Mm.
wanted to kind of get into sitar.
Right.
And I got this one from Stratford upon Avon last April, I think.
Yeah. Sure.
Got the strings and strung it up, and 20 strings you tie on, and
Nightmare to
thread
tune.
them. Oh, nightmare to tune, a nightmare to string up. Then you have to let them settle, and there are three main keys that you tune in: C, C sharp, or D.
Right.
I chose C because the strings don't snap as often.
Okay.
That's the only thing in common with a guitar is the strings that
Yeah.
snap. Yeah. So, and then you learn the scales, but I'm nowhere near playing an Indian raga roll, but I do listen to a lot of sitar. When you mention listening to bands,
What's a raga again? For people who don't know?
RAAGA is it's an Indian classical music piece.
Right.
A raga is a with movements in it, and it'll speed up, slow down. You know, the tabla and stuff.
Right.
It's just amazing. The music, it's just
And-
so intricate.
And the piece itself's really beautiful. Do you know anything about the history of the actual instrument?
Well, I know that the sitar, as it is now, has been like this since about the 1700s. Before then, they were shorter and I think less
Yeah,
strings.
sure.
But that was good. But essentially, they're a pumpkin
Right.
gourd, which is obviously hollow,
Mm.
and then the hollow from the pumpkin goes through a hollow in the neck. So all the neck is hollow,
Right.
So, and it's based on vibration, really.
Yeah,
When you
of
play a
course, yeah.
string on the top,
Mm.
one of the sympathetic strings, the relevant note will ring on its own. It's
Right.
so ghostly to sit on your own with them and just,
Mm.
it's just magic, you know, it's magic music.
And so that piece you played tonight, is that something you've messed around with, or is that
What I did
something-
tonight was, the first thing I did was find George Harrison's Within You Without You.
right?
But you have to learn scales.
Mm.
And what I was doing tonight was really what I do at home and meander through different things and
Yeah.
finding what they call meaned. We call it bending strings. It's MEAND in
Right.
India. It's meaned, and it's bending from a note down to a note or up.
All right.
So, and you can bend these 5 tones, so it's mental how much you can
Sure.
bend a string. You know,
And have you done much live with it before?
I've only done tonight,
Yeah.
and I did an open mic. You were there.
Oh, yeah.
That was the
Yeah,
first
sure.
time sitar,
Right.
and I had it through a microphone. But I got the pickup for
Mm.
it now, and I can plug it into my little amp there and a bit of reverb.
And do you plan to take it on the road, do
Yeah.
a few venues?
yeah, short road.
Yeah.
right in Macclesfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, for sure, yeah.
Mm.
I think it's a nice thing for people to hear and experience, even if I'm not playing Indian ragas and traditional
Yeah.
stuff. It's nice to find a pretty melody,
Mm.
and it just sounds. I mean, you can have a pretty melody on anything, but
Yeah,
on
yeah,
sitar
definitely.
now, for me, it's just like
Mm.
magic.
Be one of these people that adapts like Beatles tunes into sitar or modern pop songs into sitar and
East
there's
meets
loads.
west.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. Well, you can
Brilliant.
go that far west, it's east, you know.
Sure. And
Fact.
you've got those songs that you've written in the sitar. Can people listen to those online if they want to listen back to any of
Yeah,
it?
all the songs that I've written that I've got some from the Chinese Marbles and some solo stuff. A couple from the Energy Nipples and what have you. That's another band that was in there.
Right.
That was fun. We wrote our own stuff then. But on SoundCloud.com, just put Roger Walker in there, and I think I'm the third one down.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure.
I'm the only Roger Walker on there, I think, but there's some other things related that come up. I think they get more hits.
Sure. And as well as SoundCloud, are you on anything else that people can find out about you?
YouTube.
Or- yeah.
Danny Stylus Jr.
Right. Okay.
Stylus as in record stylus. It's rock and roll. Yeah, there's some sitar on there with some videos that a friend of mine, Mick Steff.
Oh, yeah.
Great guy. Love him to bits. Get him out of the fire, you know. I sent him a couple of sitar pieces. One was a sad one when the Syrian and Turkish earthquakes hit. So I just, because I know people over there, and it was like, it's my daughter, okay? Because it was
definitely.
closed for about 18 hours. I couldn't get hold of it. So that was scary, but I just played a piece and recorded it, sent it to Mick Steff, and he did a video to that. And then I did another one that's called Song for Turkey and Syria. And then I did another one that's a bit more laid back,
Right.
Journey of Water. And he did a video for that too.
Oh,
So
right.
that's on YouTube. Danny Stylus Jr. is coming after you.
So yeah, it's been great to have you on the show tonight. If you've got anything else coming up next, you want to tell people about?
I'll probably pop up at an open mic. I've not been in the Swan with Two Next to see Wendy for about a century. So I'll take Anushka in there and a guitar again and do an open mic. If Matt's doing another, I'll be there, I should think. And hopefully when I've finished some of the new songs that I'm doing, to mention off camera, I'll be getting a little set together and hobbling around on my Todd, because I can't cart anymore and do all the amps with the, as I mentioned, the COPD and things like that. But I'm not done yet. But thanks for having me. It's been great. I enjoyed it.
Thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure. Blessings.